life is not only about academics. It's about, you should be an all-rounder, and if you learn these skills, it will make you independent. And even if you think from the college level, even college, during the admissions and post your admissions, these skills helps you. They give you an extra edge. So they should step out of their comfort zone and explore their interests, do what they like. IOIP gives you that platform. You can choose what skill you want. It gives you so much of freedom. You are not restricted to one skill, and nothing is imposed on you. So I think these children who are little hesitant should be told from college perspective, from the admissions perspective, and from their overall personality. Definitely gets enhanced through such programs. Overall attractive package. I think it's a very process oriented project, and it keeps you involved. Interesting, exciting, definitely a very good combination. This program makes you independent, which is required for 21st century. It enhances your confidence building, which is definitely required for the century, and it gives you a skill set for your capacity building. That is also very important for the 21st century. So it is a very positive and futuristic approach to make these children, capable and confident. And I think, yes, it is definitely contributing to the personalities of 21st century. Because when you go to this residential camp, also, no, you are handling so many people, with difficulties in diverse settings and difficult settings across genders. So it gives you a tremendous exposure.
Hi Tripti, welcome to your interview. How are you doing today?
Hi Faiza, I'm good, and everything is going good.
All right. Could you tell us your experience with the International Award for Young People? How many years have you been associated with the award?
I was recruited through a campus placement in St. Mary's School, Safdarjung Enclave. Initially working as an assistant under the award leader of the IAYP program. And after a year or so, I was doing the major part. I was acting as a award leader of IAYP. I did it for 3 years.
What do you think, is inspiring about the International Award for Young People in your experience and in your school? What did you find inspiring?
I think the young children, they always look forward to, acknowledgement, and, when they're acknowledged, they feel really motivated. Although it happens in school at, at different levels, but when one another name adds to it, or when another organization offers it, and I think it is a very big motivation factor for young children specifically. It gives you an outside exposure, a different curriculum from your academic curriculum. So it sounds very exciting as well as very motivating for these young children.
Absolutely. And have you seen the award program impact your students or the award participants' personal development and growth in any manner?
So there are a lot of stories. So I have seen very children who were, because see, I was recruited as a professional social worker in the school. So I was also dealing with the economically weaker section children. So I knew what hardships they were facing in their day-to-day lives, and we had a lot of children from shelter homes. So when I used to witness that these shelter home children are also able to pursue skill, so I saw a lot of confidence development.
So Tripti, could you tell us or highlight a memorable moment from an award participant's journey that you may have experienced?
There was a student in our school who was the prefect, and she came from a very privileged family. There were a lot of she was living in a well facilitated home and from a very affluent family. And as per the IAYP schedule, there is a residential program which happens annually. So since I was heading the community skill and the IAYP thing, so I was also there. I took the children to residential camp. And when I saw this child who was earlier very finicky about, going to slums and talking to the underprivileged children, now, initially she was very hesitant, but as the days were passing, she was so comfortable in the community, and she was doing all the work so nicely, and she was talking to people. I could see her, out of her comfort zone. She was engaging herself. So there I saw a major difference in that girl, that she was now more grounded. She was comfortable in the slums. She was able to handle herself in the crisis management. So that was one major, one big story which I always remember whenever we talk of IAYP. Because if IAYP wouldn't have, given this kind of exposure, because usually we don't take children to, residential camps and specifically in slums.
The name suggests it's an award for young people. But in India, often, the responsibility is with the parents. So how, as an award leader, did you engage, guardians or parents to support the award journey of participants?
It also depends on the institution. For example, I was in St. Mary's, and St. Mary's was doing it in a very well coordinated way. So I think in every 3 months there was IAYP showcasing day, and their parents were called, and they were showed that how their children are performing. And initially when we do the orientation program, there also parents participated. So the parents have their own anxieties that why children are doing this IYP program, what is the need. They already have their academic schedule so tight. But when these showcasing days were happening, and they were seeing that an introvert child is also doing the street play, their boy is cooking a delicacy, or maybe their daughter is doing she's playing such a good musical instrument. So there comes the role of parents. So when they were able to see all this, and when they also when they were when there was this felicitation, ceremony, and these children are awarded medals. I think it gives a very good, answer to parents also, that why the school is asking them and encouraging children to, be a part of IUIP. I think there we were involving parents. Parents were invited on all the showcasing ceremonies, not only on the medal ceremony. And even when we used to plan this residential camp, we used to orient all the parents. So I witnessed a lot of motivated parents. There were few parents definitely who were still thinking that why IAYP and what is the need. But gradually I saw that parents were convinced that how was it helping them, how it has added to the skill set of children. Yeah, the name itself is so catchy and so attractive for any child and parent, that they I think not very few parents, I mean most of the parents are quite encouraging, because when you hear this world international, then Duke of Edinburgh, I think this itself is a very motivational factor for a student, and also for a parent.
So, do you think this voluntary aspect, and combined with the international recognition that it offers, plus the college,
Yes,
prospect?
definitely. It's a overall package, overall attractive package for any young aspirant.
Do you think the award program prepares students for the future?
Yeah, definitely, because nowadays every individual, whether it is a student or an adult, is expected to be independent. Even the parents want that their children should be independent. For being independent, you should definitely have a skill set. You should have an experience of learning life skills. So I think IYP has definitely given that an exposure, because in our school we had art and craft, we had cooking, we had baking, we had physical activities, we had community service, musical instruments, theater, everything. So this in a other way was helping these children to be, to develop an all-rounder personality, which is definitely essential for this 21st century.
This brings me to my last question, Tripti. Please share a success story of an award participant who has achieved the award and gone on to make a positive impact in their community.
So there was a student in our, in St. Mary's school. She was from the economically weaker section, and I used to do home visits also for home. So I know what hardships she was facing. So basically, there was a lot of problems in her parent structure. The family's dynamics were really very difficult, and she and her sister were somehow surviving. The father was in a different mode, the mother was in a different mode, and the maid was handling them, very difficult. I mean, it gives you goosebumps to even think about that. But when this child was in school, and when this child was participating wholeheartedly and very actively in the IUIP programs, so there I think her confidence level was on the next part. And she was one of the best, aspirant of IUYP Award Leader, very sincere, and she sincerely participated in spite of facing the hardships. I think this program gave her one good break from whatever was happening at home, and she also contributed in a great way. And I think she was a gold awardee also. She was awarded at the ceremony, and looking at the IAYP thing, her skills also, and her award also, she was made the prefect of the school. And now also she is doing really good after school. She, apart from her career, she also contributes towards the society. She has that feeling. I think IAYP uh, you know helped her to explore that she can do something for society, because of this community service, and also because of the residential camp she went with us.
That brings us to the end of the interview. Thank you so much for taking out the time, Tripti, and we had a great time talking to
I'm
you.
most welcome.
I hope we can
Thank
together
you, Sasa.
motivate, young people to enroll for the award and also to complete their award journey.